1017 FM, 710 KEEL. Robert J. Wright and Aaron McCarty. The KEEL app is a free download presented by Office Furniture Source. Okay, so in studio for a little bit is Gary Lash. I almost said YWCA because you always have YWCA people in here. Gary Lash, YMCA director. Jonathon Ford. And interestingly, to tie it all together, Dr. Eddie Anglin, orthopedic guy. You are also the team doctor for Louisiana Tech football squad, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So why are these fellers here?
Well, they called me a few weeks ago and said, we really need to get the word out because we have made a decision that there will be no more tackle football through the YMCA's league, which I venture to say is the largest league in the community.
I would think so. We have about 1,000 kids playing on a youth football program, which would include flag early.
When does this kick in? How long has this been in the works? You had to have had a lot of meetings about this.
We've had a lot of meetings. We've read a lot of, information around the country. We've gone and visited other programs. Jonathan's been to Dallas and investigated this quite a bit. And it's a difficult decision, but I think it's right for us to not end tackle football altogether in the world, but to make it safer for the younger kids and prepare them better for when they enter.
And it starts this fall.
Starts this fall.
Why?
We decided to put this program together, to do it correctly, to get our information as to why we're doing this out to the public, give our current tackle teams the time to find another place to play that we're helping them with other leagues, and again, get the area high school coaches, football coaches are going to help us train the dads, train the moms and dads that are helping coach to prepare the kids better in their skill levels that when they do enter high school, then...
Pardon me. I love you, Gary, but I said why, and that's not what you answered. Why? Why are you ending tackle football? You've got a doctor in here. Why are you ending tackle football?
To be safer for the children because of the risk of concussion, head injuries, early injuries when kids' growth plates, and Eddie can obviously justify that more than just the Y guys. So.
Let me ask Eddie that, and because Eddie Anglin is here, an orthopedic guy, represent a lot of schools. My son played tackle football in the 5th grade and was hurt. Doesn't have CTE or anything, but CTE is what you're concerned about, correct?
That's correct. We're trying to reduce the number of injuries basically to the brain, and trying to reduce the amount of contact with the head, and trying to be preventative basically. And young kids are probably not developed enough mentally and physically to play tackle football, and so I think it's just a good idea. The direction the YMCA is going to try to get this off the ground, and
Dr. Eddie, pardon me. I know there's people listening right now and they're going, "Oh, wait a second. They're only 7 or 8 or 9 years old. How hard could they hit?" It would seem to me, and my stance has always been, a 7-year-old hitting a 7-year-old is like a 20-year-old hitting a 20-year-old. But the point being that it seems to me that the decision you have made is based on research that shows that brain injuries are cumulative. Is that basically where
that's
you are?
Correct. That's what the research supports. The more contact you have with the head over a longer period of time could possibly affect your brain function in the future.
Mr. Jonathon, you had to be at a lot of these meetings. Gary, you can take this one too. I would imagine at some point, maybe at a lot of points, these became very heated meetings, very argumentative. Would that be fair? Or did everybody go, yeah, let's drop it right away?
Oh, I bet it was heated.
It really wasn't. It was just kind of, we decided this is what we needed to do. And with the research in front of us at the Y, we decided this is what we need to do.
So tell me about your research too.
Well, the research on it was CTE, and it's basically repetitive hits. It's not the concussions. It's the subconcussive hits is what they call it. And so time after time, you take a kid that's 7 years old, put him in a helmet, he's hitting 80, 90, 100 times a season. That's damaging the brain. And the brain doesn't fully develop till age 12 to protect from those hits. And so once you read everything and you're like, why are we putting these kids in helmets doing this?
Okay, guys, I hate to do this to you, but I'm got to do it. You bunch of sissies. Are we just going to turn the NFL into flag football? Is that where we're headed? People are screaming at the radio going, come on now.
Well, as we talked about, we're trying to avoid injury on the early kids, young kids. And as you said in between breaks, Dr. Anglin, who graciously stepped in to help us with this effort, played football at Haynesville, where you said
Big time football.
Real football.
Big boy football, yeah.
Played football at Tech. Has been involved in football most of his life. Has advised my son to go
He's
to Tech.
okay. He doesn't have a brain injury.
So that's not part of the deal is fear, because we're going to teach them and the young parents who are helping coach correct terminology, correct skill level, so that they're safer when they do start playing tackle football.
Okay.
Gentlemen, hang on just a second. We need to take a break. Lots more to talk about when we get back. Gary Lash, Jonathon Ford from the YMCA, Dr. Eddie Anglin, orthopedic surgeon, and Louisiana Tech football team doctor. More on the way.